everybody. We kicked this off, the final day of W3Champions Season 8, the first W3Champions finals that we organized, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Looking at the prize pool, you certainly did. 6,729, number of the Beast XL crossed already. Can we make it to 7K is the big question for today. $271 missing. We have a couple of hours here, so if everybody that is watching just donating 50 cents, we easily get that. And of course we have a cap of 9,999. If you want to be mega awesome, you get to that barrier. But all right, this is the bracket. This is what happened. Foggy, the only remaining player in the tournament without dropping a single map, defeated Suck, defeated LawLiet here in the winners finals. Moon followed him, did demolish Fortitude, was then losing one map to Chemico, but Moon and Foggy, they are looking like the top two players in the lower bracket. FoCuS had a long run so far, first eliminating Suck, then Chemico, so the unit all falling to FoCuS. Fortitude, of course, given the death win over Hitman. Then LawLiet versus Fortitude was also quite a banger with a tower rush on Concealed once again. This Fortitude guy, he's unbelievable. But the Koreans meet each other again, just as they did in the winner bracket quarterfinal. So the first time they met was great, was chaos, and was awesome Warcraft, and I really hope they can recreate that magic again as we move on to our first map. It is Last Refuge, and the two friends, the biggest rivalry, the longest rivalry in modern Warcraft, with more than 150 series played against each other, still at around a 50-50 win rate between each other, is now FoCuS versus LawLiet. Let's go!
All right, and this is the map that I just mentioned was pure chaos between these two, as though all three maps weren't in their last best of three. But yeah, this was a crazy game. Last game, just a reminder, FoCuS went for the double circlet right away, skipped the shop, and straight harassed. LawLiet had that really nice Moonwell placement, which forced FoCuS's Blade Master to go all the way around the Tree of Life, which actually allowed it to be repaired and saved, which is a super sick play. And this got us into a really weird early game where FoCuS was sitting in the main base of LawLiet trying to kill Wisps, and LawLiet was free to creep on the map, and then eventually he got one AP up, which failed to be canceled by the peons of FoCuS, and then he just sort of used that AP for the rest of the game until he eventually broke the base, and it ended up being the base build that kind of ruined FoCuS at the end of the day.
But new day, new approach. We see a Blade Master here on Last Refuge, as we oftentimes do. We have really no idea what to expect between the two. We've seen pretty much every single strategy that you can play in Orc versus Night Elf. When we saw this on Friday, we said this is not going to be your ordinary Orc versus Night Elf, so let's see if FoCuS, the only remaining non-Night Elf, can make it into the lowest finals. He was the runner-up of Season 7, where he was only defeated by Happy with a 2-3 in the Grand Final. Can he recreate that run throughout the entire lower bracket, or will it be LawLiet finishing a top 3 Night Elf tournament? We got a couple of subs here before we go into the nitty gritty. Thank you Amnia for the 3-month, Sexy Seahorse for the 5-month, Obson for the 6-month, Ringelnet for 2-month, Rhino Hipposaurier 19-month. If Remo doesn't qualify for Israel Meisterschaft, I might have to reconsider my sub. Side with the host, and Korak with the sub as well. So let's take a look. Who's gonna get the Nightcrawler? It's important, and FoCuS right on the money.
Yeah, item does go to LawLiet. By the way, I love the adjustment that FoCuS made. He actually went for a Peon Scout, which is something he did not do the other day. And what this allows him to do is scout if it's Hunter's Hall and second Moonwell, or if it's just a 2 Moonwell tech with something like a Demon Hunter. If it was a 2 Moonwell tech, then maybe FoCuS could cancel that well quite easily. But because the Hunter's Hall was blocking that Moonwell again, he just decides to straight harass, or even at times maybe take the Priest himself. So that Peon Scout is a nice little adjustment that FoCuS has already made from the last series.
Very cool, very cool. And very cool also that we're getting close to the 5,000 viewers already on the first map of the day. Can we crack the 15,000 today? If all of you guys are telling 2 friends, then we break a record here, everybody. That is your task. You have something to do. Don't lay lazy on the couch and just consume. Do something to support the Warcraft scene and the stream, of course. Blade Master 2 circuits already, and the beautiful illusions on Last Refuge that we all love so much.
Yeah, this is really, really nice. He's going to pull the Merc Camp. He can even buy the Priest and the Berserker, which means you're very, very safe, even if you don't have the Shamans right away. Yeah, illusions are so good on this map for more than one reason. Normally, they're used to annoy your opponent, but in this case, they're used to get a very quick, at least close to level 3 Blade Master. All right, all the creeps are getting involved. We're seeing the downside sometimes of Last Refuge here, but it shouldn't be the end of the world.
At least the expansion is not here, I guess. Creeps it. Robe of the Magi for him, plus level 2. Question what's gonna be the build. So far we have Windwalk and Crit. Will we see Mirror Image down the road to make the Remo Demo man happy? That's the question for a little bit later. FoCuS sends his illusion into the creeps, wake them up, but LawLiet is all across the map already. 2 hunts, more upgrades, tier 2 tech almost done as well.
Yeah, this would be the typical time we would see LawLiet go for an expansion, but I'm keeping my eye at the top of the map, and I don't see it yet, because or else this play really doesn't get you much. What he is trying to do is catch the grunts out of position and maybe get a kill, but FoCuS is always very, very safe with his grunts. That's something he, in particular, always does, you know, more than everyone else in terms of orc players. They all take a lot more risks, whereas FoCuS seems to take no risks in this matchup. He's just going to sit his units in his base until that first Shaman is almost on its way out. And LawLiet not going for an expansion. Are we going to see something like Lores, maybe? I'd be very surprised. This is just going to be a late expansion, if it is going to be one, though.
Yeah, we don't see it anywhere. Maybe also a push, an AP-supported push? This is indeed interesting. We have the Alchemist coming out. That's the norm. Of course, you keep your units safe as the Orc to prevent them from being entangled and killed. So FoCuS, a real caretaker. And so far, we don't have any indicators on what LawLiet is up to.
He's already getting +2 attack. That's pretty ridiculous. Like, immediately on tier 2, he gets +2 attack. And yeah, FoCuS had a nice timing into the base that could have canceled potential wins or lures. But he doesn't find any tech buildings, so he's still probably expecting either APs to be hidden or an expansion. And the Shadowhunter, oh no, that's very rough if it gets surrounded. It might be against his own ward right now.
Oh no, what an unfortunate event here. The Serpent Ward is supposed to help him, and now he's trapping him in that surround, so no way out, and he even leveled up. Losing a level 1 here is of course no big deal, doesn't cost much, gets back quickly, but blocked by his own Serpent Wards, rising up to level 2. And still dead. Very unfortunate events for the start of the final day for FoCuS.
Yeah, that level up was almost saved him, but LawLiet had a Huntress blocking the stealth side of where that Shadowhunter could escape, and now lurking in the shadows again. Still no expansion, still no tech buildings. This is really just going to be one base. I would expect a tier 3 tech in that case, but still the pressure is working out quite well. I don't think LawLiet is going to be able to get much more done here, unless he can block the way, but the burrows are going to destroy his Huntresses in that case.
Looks like it. They're all in range of the hunts. Is LawLiet overcommitting here? One is down already. Doesn't get much off of it in terms of kills. Damage is done, of course, as you can see on the HP bar here. Oh, FoCuS with the deny. How many denies have we seen in this game? It's so sick. We mention it over and over again, but it's becoming so obvious that this is the most important play in 2021 in Warcraft.
Yeah, it's no longer just some fancy thing you do because you can. It's actually something players are consciously trying to do at every turn, and because of this, the Alchemist not going to have heal spray. If he did, maybe, you know, LawLiet could back up with Treants and creep a shop or something like that with the map control you have with the Shadow being dead. But because everything's been denied, he'll have to go all the way back home, and Tree of Life now coming up. This seems like a very counterintuitive timing, because as soon as the Shadow's out, as soon as LawLiet loses some units and gives up map control to FoCuS, now he's expanding. Interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, also very far away from this expansion. He has to walk over. He doesn't have Nature's Blessing at the moment, but he will once the tree is finished, I guess. FoCuS, does he sniff this out? Does he think, okay, LawLiet, that was a good early, now you will be doing something? Scroll of the Beast, sold for an invul and a heal scroll, so FoCuS seems kinda ready-ish to fight. Not the biggest damage items on the blade, but good mana on the Shadowhunter, and about 50 supply.
Yeah, he'll be much stronger than LawLiet is currently. LawLiet did get a greater heal, though, and he's also got a heal scroll, so that's quite nice. Second Ancient War now on the way, so that does tend to mark the Archer transition for the Night Elf. But for now, there's not a lot of grunts, but there's enough Shamans to deal with all the keeper mana, and there's at least that Berserker in the back, which is quite nice. The only thing FoCuS is lacking is, of course, Shadowhunter level 3, but I still think he's in shape to win this fight.
Off we go. We have Mirror Image for the Blade Master to keep him safe. Remo's probably loving this, but LawLiet is flooding this army with Whisper, at least trying to. FoCuS does an amazing job kinding back and creating some distance between the mana burning workers of the Night Elves, who's now blocking the, or who are now blocking the Blade Master. Not sure that this engagement went the way LawLiet wanted it to, but finally he's breaking through that orc wall and can get rid of that shaman mana.
Yeah, this is now 47 versus 27 supply, and again, FoCuS only really loses one unit. He lost the Grunt previously, also the Shadowhunter. Now he just loses the Berserker, and that's absolutely fine. The Shadow gets level 3. He's even got a Clarity to get more mana. Of course, you cannot fight in this situation if you don't have mana for either player. The tree is going to be scouted, and the creeps are going to be pulled onto the tree. And FoCuS might just keep pressing forward.
Very nice move by FoCuS, once again using the illusions to do damage, this time on the expansion that is so far away from the gold mine, really not what you want. Free damage basically, and from this camp that is a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is all very, very annoying. Behind this, FoCuS is going to be counter-expanding as well, so this is all lining up perfectly. All he's got to do is delay, similar to what we've been seeing in Orc against Human matches in this tournament. Just buy time for your Great Hall to get up. This is all, every unit he kills now, every second he delays this Tree of Life from rooting. It's all gravy because soon he's going to have his own Expo up, and he's still in shape to win this fight easily, I'd say.
Yeah, there was an approach by LawLiet to focus on the Blade Master, but Mirror Image saves him easily. Still has a lot of mana, still pressure on this expansion, still a Rock Golem messing things up. He can still call some boulders and stun. LawLiet, yes, he's getting reinforcements quickly, he's catching up in supply, but it's only a Hunt that tried to pull through this needle hole. And who's gonna get it? Blade Master. Oh, and the Boots of Kel'Thuzad as well. FoCuS on point.
Yeah, you cannot complain with that drop at all. Again, like you mentioned earlier, the Focus Fire on the Blade Master, but there's still a heal wave and greater heal force. And now the tree could actually just be killed, and then FoCuS could just get out of here before he loses that blade, even get the speed scroll away.
Oh
and
my
still
God.
the wards are getting kills. This is just a great game so far by FoCuS.
There were so many snakes, he couldn't reach them. How many serpent wards were there at the same time? 5, 6, 7? I lost track. It was more than one handful. I can't count higher without a calculus. Now, nice round by LawLiet, using the Wisp and Shadow Melt to keep the Shadow Hunter stuck once again, doing some damage with the Lightning Shield. Revenge kill by LawLiet. Can he get that Great Master as well? Is there another Entangle? Soon. It's gotta be too careful though.
Oh, there's a cloak and a town portal that could be passed to the Alchemist, but too far away. No way he lives. Oh, he can't run into the wards. The
Blade
ward
Master.
would kill him.
Entangle!
Oh, Entangle.
Whoa!
Mirror Image. Okay, he's gonna just barely get away. Oh my God, and now the town portal forced on the Keeper. LawLiet almost salvages this, almost salvages this fight at the end of the day, but still, if the blade dies, LawLiet might be in a decent position. But just the Shadow dying, just the Tavern Revive, the expansion's up, by the way, now as well, so FoCuS probably taking this. There's not even Moonwell mana left.
This is pretty incredible, man. Day 3 of the playoffs starts exactly the way day 2 ended, with crazy fights and nice back and forth. This could very well be the Tug of War World Championship.
All right, the Bestiary is coming up. The expansion is soon going to be fully saturated. And LawLiet, does he go tier 3? No, he's got to either... he can't all in. He's either got to expand again or just go tier 3 mass archers and then later on try to get a 60 supply army with orbs if he can. Just afraid there's not a lot of options for him unless he again can get a hero kill, maybe kill the blade, catch FoCuS without shaman mana. That's really going to be the only opportunity, but there's already a tower and a shop at FoCuS's expansion, so there's no real chance of winning an all in here.
Very, very well fortified. Yeah, usually Hunters can break expansions very easily because of the bouncing glaives attack. They kill the worker that are trying to repair, but look at these heroes. It's pathetic. They have nothing. Blade Master can just walk in Windwalk, move behind, that Alchemist and kill him off. Here's the Purge. That's exactly what he does. Book of the Dead summoned as well. There's no Wisps here once again. Moving out of that entangle with Mirror Image for the third time. Absolutely life-saving ability in this match. And the Skeletons, are they doing enough damage? There's not much armor on this Alchemist, and he denies him. Calls for the GG, and the Horde takes map number 1.
Yeah, nice little deny to end off the game there, but of course it's not going to have much of an impact on the game when the heroes are already level 4-4. And yeah, it looked rough when the Shadowhunter initially went down, but you called it like a little bit of an overcommitment from LawLiet, and then a weird expansion timing. I don't think I was incorrect by saying that expansion timing was a little bit off. I think he could have put it down much earlier, and it would have been a whole lot safer. So a weird game from LawLiet that he really only was able to almost win at times through just nice surrounds, really.
Yeah, this was kind of like the classical Last Refuge game, you know, where the keeper is off to a hard start and doesn't manage to get the levels in time, doesn't get the expansion at the right timing. We've seen some Night Elves experimenting recently with going out on the map, being a bit daring, but the Peon Scout, right, that changes the whole equation. The Orc has the info and can keep the thumb on the keeper, which is exactly what you want to do. It can be hard on some maps, but Last Refuge, I think the best map to do that on. And by now, I gotta say, isn't Demon Hunter better? Isn't Talons better, at least on that map, on Last Refuge? I feel like it looks so much stronger, but a lot of Night Elves out there still not too confident, too comfortable with that strategy, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, it's not as though, like, there are reasons. We were talking about this, I think, on the first day of this tournament. There are reasons why, you know, Demon Hunter is good on Last Refuge, but I think the main reason is because Keeper is so weak on Last Refuge. That's why we see Beastmaster. That's why I see Demon Hunter. That's why we even sometimes see Warden in other matchups. So, yeah, I think Demon Hunter would be a good choice, but I suppose it's too late now for this tournament if you're a LawLiet fan for at least that map.
Yeah, he had a great run throughout the play-ins, and also yesterday, just great performances by LawLiet. But this might just be the end. FoCuS might just be too strong. Remo, the poor man, suffering through some internet issues at the moment, but hopefully he can recover from that. Was a little robo there. But once that is fixed, of course, he's gonna cast for you as well. As we move on to map number 2 between these fine fellas, LawLiet on paper or on the Warcraft3.info ELO ranking. Number 1 Night Elf in the world. And isn't the number 1 Night Elf in the world supposed to beat the number 3 Orc in the world? Carson, we're about to see.
I think like you say, on paper, but things aren't always so black and white, especially nowadays, especially at the top level, especially in this matchup. It's very snowbally at times. If you eat, like, even, you know, level 2 Shadowhunter, you can still just take a nice fight with a few too many wards the Night Elf engages into, and it's pretty easy. And of course, both players can lose heroes at any point, like we saw last game. So this matchup can tend to snowball, depending on the expansions, depending on the heroes, the items, the levels, all that good stuff.
Okie dokie. Sonic, thank you for the 777 bits. Much love. We move over to this game. Yeah, you said both players can lose heroes, but you lose fewer heroes if you have that mirror image build, and it seems like FoCuS is embracing this. Blade Master once again, and especially on this map, mirror image, even early on, looked incredibly strong.
Yeah, I personally, in my games, I go mirror image versus almost every Night Elf strat. If I'm up against Talons, I'll go mirror image. If you're up against Lores, why not go mirror image as well to have more of a front line for things like Demolishers in the back? And, you know, against, even when we get into the late game, when it gets to be mass archers with orbs, mirror image is good. And then again, in the early games, it's something we haven't seen actually at all in this tournament, but you can use it to cancel expansions. Whereas otherwise, if you have crit Windwalk on level 2, you just get entangled till the end of time, and you're not able to get the damage to cancel the Tree of Life. But with mirror image, you just break the entangle right away.
100% right. So we gotta remember, this last game was already not the greatest early game for FoCuS, I want to say. Yes, he kept pretty much everything safe. Oh, deny! He denied the creep! LawLiet!
Oh, he can still get level 2 if he takes both the sea turtles as well, but normally you don't want to do that. You want to be out on the map earlier. Yeah, it's just 48 experience. That's a sloppy mistake, though. Yeah, we saw that, was it from Moon, started off the day with a couple of bad denies yesterday as well. So this tends to be happening.
Yeah, Moon started with losing his entire Engine of War. That is, I guess, not happening. These Night Elves, man, they're living on the edge. Always want to min-max a little, but there's a 10 damage range on the Engine of War, and sometimes you're not trusting the RNG, and here it comes, the high damage roll, and boom, creep is down.
And this Archer's down as well. Nothing you can do about that when you move too far out of the base and the blade is there. You do go down. Love the aggressive style of FoCuS. We've seen players often creep to level 2 on this map, go for their orange camp, and then go for their shop, and then try and get on the map afterwards. But you can easily allow the Night Elf to juke you and get away and get free level 3 in that case. So being more aggressive is a really nice choice, I think. This Peon, by the way, would be level 2. Can it be denied or saved? And it will be saved into the burrow. Oh, let's go down. A little bit of a mistake there.
Maybe he was hoping for a low damage roll, or this was the max damage roll. Not too sure. And Tangle now as well. This game started horribly with a creep deny, but all of a sudden he kills 2 units and making strides towards level 3 if FoCuS is not able to deny. Wow, nicely played around that deny attempt.
Yeah, speed scroll clarity used though. There's 1 windwalk. He could maybe cancel the clarity.
Ooh.
Speed scroll still running. He's trying to cancel the clarity. Okay, LawLiet's going to be able to get away. He could buy the staff as well, which is nice to be able to steal away.
Is that enough,
be
though?
Careful.
Against the blade damage?
He's being very risky right now. Okay, there's the town portal. Interesting pathing from the keeper. I think he could have just kept running after buying the staff, but he gets out of there with the TP regardless, and he's able to get more mana right away and gets the grunt kill, so still advantage LawLiet despite the TP being burned.
Advantage LawLiet, like a good tennis announcer, you say that.
Not a sport I know too well, but I do know, yeah, you say advantage, and there's something about love in there.
Yeah, love is their version of zero, for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Wait,
my grandmother
There's
likes
love
tennis.
in
That's
tennis?
Yeah, they say 40 love when it's 40-0.
That's super cute. Can we do that?
Yeah, of course. FoCuS
instead of 2 and 0, it's 2 and love.
Yes, of course. FoCuS has the 1 love lead against LawLiet. 1 love lead versus LawLiet. That's a lot of L's in there.
We're spreading the love, boys.
Spreading the love. The Black Eyed Peas were asking where is the love. Now we got the answer here on the Back to Warcraft channel with Neo, Remo, Carson, FoCuS, and LawLiet.
Or any tennis match, apparently.
Or any tennis match.
Yeah. A lot of love. It's quite the commodity nowadays. Another peon. Going to see the creeping. Going to give some more experience. And the keeper's almost level 3. But again, not a lot of mana. So he's going to need to go back home. Staff is on cooldown. But you have another 35 seconds or so before he could staff to the Huntresses. Maybe even pick up an Alchemist from the aggressive tavern. And then get mana, staff onto it, and go for a creep jack. Very often you'll see Night Elves try to make a play when the Shadowhunter is creeping the expansions. We'll see if LawLiet goes for that once he does reach level 3 on the keeper.
Very cool Invis scouts by LawLiet. He loves to do that with archers. Now does it with hunts as well. Lowers his damage a little bit while creeping, but gives him a lot of information, knows that the Blade Master is still around here, threatens a little bit of a creep jack while creeping up in peace, and that gives him level 3 with some powerful items.
And tree coming up, that will move over slowly but surely. And like you mentioned, the Huntress is still having a lot of vision with that Ultra Vision.
Damn.
And Nature's Blessing as well, and Tier 2 is done. We'll have an Alchemist soon, and the Shadowhunter's got to be very, very careful right now. Because, like I was saying earlier, the Keeper is just waiting to creepjack the Shadowhunter before the first Shaman's out.
Oh, yeah. We got Nature's Blessing. As you said, Expo coming up once again in a very defensive position. He was healing up at the fountain, and now... Is he creeping the high ground this early?
That would be risky. Possible, but risky. The 4 Huntresses are going to go for the creepjack. This will be Shadow level 2 very soon. And there'll be at least 3 wards by the time FoCuS gets creepjack. He's got his first Shaman's second one even out now as well. So this might not be the best creepjack, but maybe another grunt kill is possible.
Ooh, acid bomb already. Will he be blocked by his own serpent wards? Not this time. They do give a little bit XP, so LawLiet is farming them. And unfortunately, Toxi comes in with the explanation that it's love, which is French for the egg, and that explains the 0. But I think our approach is better.
So TH's name is like TH love. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they pronounce the H though.
Oh, is that right? Well,
They do have problems with that, don't they?
True. Oh, tree. Scouted that the Ancient War is going to cancel the building. And at least that's nice. That does cut off the potential for lots of Huntress production, which once there's a bunch of Huntresses, there's always the opportunity for a counterattack instead of defending the expansion. Oh, Shadowhunter. Oh, no, not again. Not for the third time.
Hey, he got a crosshair on his back. What is up with these Shadowhunter losses? Once more. Trade the hunt for it, but well worth it as he gets another grunt here. LawLiet is about to turn the series around.
And the blade is on the other side of the map without a staff of teleportation. He's going to force the staff back on the keeper. And the blade gets an Ancient War cancel once and scouts the Tree of Life, but now he's in no position to counter-expand because it's not crept. He's also not in a position to pressure because his shadow is just dead for another 50 seconds.
Damn. As you can see on the left-hand side. Blade Master, decent equipment, but not too much. Alchemist close to level 2. Tree is already on the march.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, good game. Good game by LawLiet.
He's creeping up Alchemist as well now. This will be Alchemist like 2.4, 2.5, so quite a bit of experience. If you can get Alchemist level 3 before the first big fight, that's always a really nice upgrade to have. The blade's lurking around, but of course there's always going to be Sentinels. There's no way he's going to get any last hits with this blade.
Well, it's FoCuS, so I wouldn't be too sure, but it should be. Is the damage enough for this? Absolutely is. Claws +9. Blade Master is looking jealous at this Alchemist inventory now. FoCuS is, or was, still waiting for the Shadowhunter. There's so much time where he's not getting anything done.
Oh, could be a potion forced here. Will in fact be a potion forced, and there's no mana for Windwalk, Neo. Oh no, the Keeper's gonna go down. The Huntress can go to the left. He's just dead. He's gonna be sacrificed to the creeps. Is denied by the creeps, but yeah, a little bit of another mistake, maybe overcommitting the blade and really not getting anything out of committing that blade in either. No last hits, no delaying of the creeping, nothing.
Rough big game. How the turntables compared to game 1, where it was a lot of FoCuS dominance, except that Shadowhunter loss. Now he's just trying to catch up, but this time also the expo is running for LawLiet. The tier 3 tag is at above 50% already. So these are two big factors that make this game a lot better for LawLiet. He also gets the Lionheart of Stormwind, which is basically an extra defense upgrade. Love his position now.
Yeah, this is excellent. This is about as good as it could go, really. He's even getting an AP and a Moonwell at his expansion to make sure there can be no... typically we'll see maybe just a Tavern Rebuy on the blade and an all-in with a heal scroll once the Shadow's level 3. Just saying, okay, I'm very far behind. Let's see if I can hit a timing that can work. And the AP is going to completely deter FoCuS from being able to do that, at least at the expansion. He could still go to the main base and try a similar play, but the blade is... okay, 10 seconds away, so that he could actually go for something like this. The supply is even, and on even supply, ORC tends to be favored because they have the better heroes, and they have a lot of lightning shield and stuff like that. So this could be an opportunity for FoCuS to equalize.
At least if the Night Elf is still on tier 2, this all changes if the Night Elf arrives on tier 3, which is now the case. So Orb unlocked, Wellspring unlocked, Marksmanship unlocked, third hero probably coming.
The orb as well will soon be purchased, and that's a massive upgrade too. You can get 3 of them sometimes. Okay, the blade is back. No heal scroll though, which is kind of necessary against the Huntresses a lot of the time. But the Snake Pit growing and is not going to go anywhere because it's still 200 mana on the Shadowhunter. Counter expansion coming up, so that this is a long-term plan for FoCuS here. He's going to try to do as much as he can. A lot of lightning shield being very annoying for LawLiet. And then he's just going to buy time for his own expansion. He could definitely equalize if he just sits here for a while.
Man, that would be quite a comeback if FoCuS is making this work. Once again, neglecting progress on the Blade Master and giving LawLiet some time to get these so important tier 3 upgrades. But he's sieging him really well and covering up that second base. Now, there was a kill, there was a snipe, Shaman going down, but he can rebuild now. Sees the bottom, moves away.
A
LawLiet needs an orb. Man, this keeper is gonna do some heavy damage. Look at this
Oh my God.
inventory. Oh,
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Just like the Archmage items that we always talk about for the same reason, the items in the Keeper are very, very strong. Yeah, plus 26. And the Archer's also going to be plus a whole lot of damage soon once that plus 3 attack kicks in, which undoubtedly will be started soon. And this is 62 against 50. Still a winnable position in fights for FoCuS. If the Archers get a little caught out, it's always possible with Lightning Shield and Mass Grunts. But once it gets to be 65, 70 supply, double orb, 3-0 upgrades, that's where it becomes very difficult without, FoCuS having double heal scroll, maybe a Pit Lord tier 3 himself, and he's nowhere near getting tier 3 at this stage.
Scourge Bone Chimes will help though, for Grunts and Blade Master especially. A little bit of extra HP. Now the Expo's up, but he still needs so much time to let it pay off. Only one orb. It's not like this is not LawLiet's final form yet. We have marksmanship. Okay, Wellspring finishes now. Moonglade upgrades. Bam, only now. That's a little late, but he was rushing tier 3 for that purpose, I guess. Yeah, big question.
He got Ancient Django.
Oh my god. These items.
Best? Maybe Warsong Battle Drums could be argued as better, but more attack speed, more movement speed on the Archers that, like I just said, can get caught out of position.
Yeah.
That is the nuts. You don't even need Khadgars really with these heroes. As long as your Alchemist has mana, you're chilling. So this is such a great item.
Khadgar's an incredible item for Night Elf if you play Dryad's Bears or Talons, obviously. But if your units don't have mana, really not that important. Yeah, FoCuS is in a world of trouble. And this expansion, now with the bouncing glaives on the Huntress and more Huntress coming at 70 supply, this Great Hall is just gone.
Just dead. Look how fast it falls against piercing damage. So crazy. And all the peons will be cleaned up. And there could just be a town portal as well. The Archer's a little bit out of position, but maybe LawLiet's happy to fight as well. 65 against 71. Honestly, might be wise for LawLiet to not overcommit here, because then he leaves himself open to a counterattack. But he looks like he wants to take the fight.
Okay, last ditch effort, I guess. It powers the bottom level 3 already. Oh my god, this Blade Master is just melting, trying to save it with the heal scroll, with an invo potion. The Ring of Regen is trying to do its absolute best, but once that 7-second safety is up, oh wait a second, the Alchemist all of a sudden, FoCuS is getting a big kill here, even though the numbers still spell disaster for him. It's just a majority of Night Elf, but without the heal spray, can he bring that back somehow?
Yeah, now the Town Pro is going to be pulled, and it was quite an even trade because the Alchemist died, and LawLiet saved so many units at the end of the day, and he's still at 15 supplies. So they're both, he had about a 5, 6, 7 supply lead at the start of that fight. Now at the end of it, he has about a 15 supply lead, 20 supply even now. So LawLiet's in an excellent position, and FoCuS forced to probably just all in now. If he was tier 3, he could Tiny Great Hall and try to play the long game, but in this case, he's going to have no shot at doing that at all.
Yeah. Good effort. Very good effort by FoCuS, trying to find answers where there are none. But now also third attack upgrade is coming. Everything is just, everything that's focused is just dead.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Level 2 aura. +5 on the Archers. It's soon to be probably even +6 on the Archers. It's just obnoxious. It's so much damage.
The DPS meter for this Night Elf army through the roof. Second orb available as well. Love the ring on the Alchemist. So he's at 6 armor here. And Blade Master's trying to get that crit level 2. But he ain't having that. Kodo, okay, ate a hunt, but the Wisps are in position as they always are when LawLiet is playing blocks against the Blade Master. Oh man, gorgeous plays. He went to the shop, got an invul again, so once again 7-second safety, but that's over soon this time. He'll probably not kill the Alchemist, he's just waiting. Good microwave focus, saving a couple of units to the back, but Blade Master again. Oh, the Shadow Hunter, he's just wiped off the map, and we got a tight lower bracket semifinal.
Solid game.
Play by LawLiet, coming back here very well. It looked not too shabby for FoCuS in the early stages, right? I think on Concealed Hill, we've been seeing more and more initiated by Lin, but also by other Orc players. Hyper-aggressive Orc play on CH. I think there might be something there. if you're super aggro, if you try to prevent the keeper from getting level 2, that can really go in your favor. LawLiet tried to creep level 2 quickly. Of course, the Ancient of War deny really hurt him. That peon going down, that last hit going to LawLiet, it kind of changed the whole flow of the game. If he doesn't get that level 2, LawLiet's in a super tough spot, but he gets the level 2 and from then can play decently well. And FoCuS the second time, right? He doesn't pay very close attention to his Shadowhunter movement. Losing the Shadow puts him behind. Even after the peon dies, even when the keeper gets level 2, it's not great, but it's okay. But you can't let the Shadowhunter die. You have to pay closer attention. As ORC said, you must pay attention to the Shadowhunter.
Yeah. The Shadowhunter, he must survive, is an old German saying from 2003 that still remains true to this day. Shout out to ORC.
Really, that's actually something that someone said in 2003? That was a quote?
That is, if you know German, that's probably the most legendary caster story of all the German commentators that were playing. Three casters were playing a 3-on-3. All orc, and they Shadowhunter tower rush their opponents, and the one guy is very, very loud and very funny guy, and he explains the strategy. He's like, guys, it doesn't matter what you do, all you have to do is take care of the Shadowhunter. The Shadowhunter, he must survive. And then he's the one losing the Shadowhunter in the first fight after 10 seconds. And they lose the game because of it. It's a golden story. It's probably somewhere on YouTube. Good old game sports times. Those were the days.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to find that. Maybe I'll make it my my follower alert on Twitch or something like that. I definitely got to look that up.
Oh, Mr. Carson is streaming for himself now lately, isn't he?
Once or twice. Actually, only once. Once in about 1 year. But maybe the second time I'll have that as an alert.
Carson just saw the Back to Warcraft Twitch leaks, and now, he's trying to grab some cheddar. We got ourselves a decision match. It's a hard language, this English thingy.
You and me both, brother.
We got FoCuS vs LawLiet round 3 in their second encounter in this tournament. Can FoCuS tie this up? Oh, not FoCuS tie this up. Can FoCuS eliminate LawLiet and remain the only non-Night Elf in the tournament? Or will we have 3 Night Elves in the top 3? This map, Northern Isles, will tell us.
All right, and there's been mistakes from both sides, honestly, which is normally the match between these two is chaotic, but these matches have been less chaotic and more sloppy than I'm used to seeing, because I do expect when it's FoCuS LawLiet to see close to perfect games, unless we're in weird single AP rush, with one base versus one base territory. And there's been a couple mistakes on both sides in the games that they lost, so we'll see if they can both clean it up. And maybe we can finally get to an even late game situation when there hasn't been a ton of heroes lost.
And this is oftentimes very even battleground. That's also the reason why this is the third map, of course. We have no changes at all. FoCuS not going for a FoCuS this series. He did that before, but it's Keeper versus Blade again.
Peon is scouting that there's no trickery. You're going to see there's no Ancient War at the expansion, and going to see the Ancient War at the green camp, which means no Tuskar, which means he can run down, maybe grab Circlet Dust from the shop with the Blade Master, and then creepjack LawLiet at the small Murloc camp and try to deny that level 2. If he can deny one creep from the small Murloc FoCuS, then he can stop the level 2, similar to last game.
Oh, damn. We got a couple of subs, by the way. Peon dies again. Thank you, Captain Slowmo, Ciao Vernazza, and Lion King. Lion King, by the way, 70-month resub. That's a hell of a lot of months. Yep. Closing in on the 6 years.
Hell of a name, too. What a movie.
Wonderful movie. Will you sing the Circle of Life for us?
Circle of Life. What's your favorite song from The Lion King?
It's this thing.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Pumbaa best man.
True. So many bangers in that movie. Archer again.
Denied.
Keeper not going to get level 2 from this. because FoCuS actually crept his Murloc and then ran down to the other Murloc. Maybe this is how the timing works out. You actually have time to creep your Murloc, get your item, and then if you run down straight after, you can still deny the Night Elf from creeping their big Murloc. So no matter what, you deny the level 2. But Peons are going to give the level 2 and give the Treants and maybe give opportunity for another Peon kill after this.
Oh, I
my
wasn't.
God, he tried to deny it.
Yep.
I would have lost my mind.
We're at that stage right now where we try to deny peons with peons. Unbelievable. He suffers for that approach. And man, this keeper is getting stuff done.
This is very rough. Oh, he's going for the tricky surround. Can he block him in? No, he sees the grunt and he realizes exactly what's going on. Super smart play from LawLiet. And that's 4 peons so far. He's got 3 on lumber. Yeah, because he sent another one down to scout for an expansion. Oh my god, he's got 3 on lumber.
Wow, he got 230 lumber. He has to build a lodge. He has to build a second hero. He has to get the shaman upgrade at some point. I feel like these resources will be misbalanced a little down the road.
Yeah, this is, you need the least amount of lumber in this matchup of all, so it's, the best matchup to lose peons in at least, but eventually if you're going to counter expand, you want to have those 5 on lumber that you can transfer over immediately. So no matter what, you need to reproduce peons, even if you have enough lumber for the lodge and the Shadowhunter. In the future, you're not, oh no way, the speed scroll forced. There's a cloak as well, there's almost an entangle, that's why the speed scroll was needed. And he will get away, almost.
Wow, this is a... correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a fantastic early game for LawLiet.
Oh yeah, picture perfect so far. The only downside is he's not level 3. Oh, the blade. What the hell?
Both hide in the shadows.
Oh, Salve is going. Okay, so he'll eventually be full health and he'll eventually also have a Windwalk. So LawLiet, unless he had dust right now, no chance of a blade kill. Really weird move. But it will work for the blade. And the blade's also close by to get an expansion cancel if there was one coming up, but similar to Last Refuge. No expansion yet.
Huh. It's coming now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
In the main, once again, super defensive. So how's
good
FoCuS...
timing, though, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, how is FoCuS dealing with the low lumber? So far, so good, I want to say. Brute strength is probably a little delayed if you wanted to go for that.
Yeah, and normally you want the 0-2 armor upgrades pretty much immediately when you hit tier 2. Oh, no last hit possibility. Talisman evasion. Normally when you hit tier 2, you get your War Mill right away and you get 0-2 as soon as the War Mill's done. But no chance for that, of course. But he's reproduced all the peons. So his lumber's actually kind of cooking now.
Okay. FoCuS catching up quite a bit, but the Blade Master also getting not much done. Finds a Potion of Greater Mana, and that's an item that can always turn games around. The additional heal waves, the additional Serpent Wards. This is gonna be great, but the Blade Master's really suffering from this early.
Yeah, under-leveled has been the name of the game for this Blade throughout. He does play a Huntress in a way and scouts the Alchemist moving over, and the Shadowhunter will get out of dodge just in time. Gets level 2. War Mill now coming up. Expansion is not going to be canceled. The Blade will see it. But yeah, FoCuS is not really prioritizing getting the Staff of Teleportation either. So that means if the Shadowhunter goes out aggressively, if he gets Creepjack, the Blade won't be able to help him at all. But he also won't be able to cancel the gold mine, the entangled gold mine, because then he'll just die like he did on Concealed Hill. So rough to not have that staff. Oh, Shadow needs to be really careful. He could have easily got surrounded again.
Nature's Blessing is done. Tree is waddling over. And LawLiet is controlling the map so well, as you oftentimes do at that stage of the game when the Alchemist is out. You got the Acid Bomb, you got Entangle, you got so much control. And FoCuS is trying to find some camps that he can easily creep, but LawLiet is just very oppressive, not giving him an inch.
Yeah, this is very well done. Just super aggressive play. Even if you don't get a lot of creeping done, as long as you get one camp every once in a while, as long as the Shadowhunter isn't creeping himself a lot or counter-expanding, LawLiet's going to be happy because he's got his own expansion. It's going to be rooted now. Nature's Blessing is always on point as well, so it's going to be mining in 60 seconds at this point, and the supply's still even. And he's got middle map control, so maybe even a shop could be crept here for LawLiet.
Oh man. Like, how is he getting back into this? Like, will he fight for this marketplace? Is he waiting for LawLiet to start something? At the moment, LawLiet is only walking back and forth, right? Like, he has zero progress on the Alchemist there as well. He has to do something, and okay, he does now. But controls the Blade Master really, really well. There must be a lot of Sentinels still left.
Wards need to be immediately focused down. This could be an overcommitment again from LawLiet, but there's only limited Shaman mana. Oh, the creep's attacking the Shaman as well. Speed scroll away. Another Huntress could easily fall to the Purge Focus Fire, and it will. Entangle on a Grunt in the back, out of range of the Shamans, by the way, so that might be killed later on. And LawLiet, you know, as long as he doesn't lose everything here, his expansion's mining now, so this is all gravy.
So far it is. Supply even. Next hunt down. Alchemist deny. Oh wow, once again a deny. So many denies. Rarely a series where we're not going into double-digit denies anymore. Trading. Yeah. Oh, nice save actually, while still keeping that mana potion.
There's an AP up at the Expo, and now the transition into Archers. Keeper gets away. But yeah, that was maybe a few too many units falling for LawLiet. He tried to get the Shamans. I don't think he got a single kill there. Maybe he got one Shaman kill. I don't think he did. So 3 Huntresses going down. That's going to allow FoCuS to maybe have enough map control to get an expansion up himself. He's got the 2 peons in position for the tower and Expo now. He's even going to creep the shop and probably get heal scroll as well on top of that Embalm pot.
Okay, this is not bad for FoCuS. Now he's a little more brave, moving out on the map with a decent Shaman count. He's gonna get a good item. Night was not getting the entire mid. That's good. Devotion Aura against Acid Bomb is just the absolute dream. And there's no tier 3 for LawLiet. I think FoCuS is in a way better position than he was in game 2.
Yeah, it's such a good position that he's even getting both middle camps. That's normally the telltale sign of, you know, who's stronger at the moment, of course, and FoCuS apparently right now, and he'll continue to be. Oh, heal wards is such a good item. Notice he's got no salves right now, so he can heal everything up, and then when he pushes, he can disengage, use a heal ward, and re-push again. Oh, one Grunt, a little out of position. But yeah, this is all lining up. The greater mana, the Lion Horn, the heal wards, it's all great, even the Grunt save.
Another heal wave, another heal ward. This is looking like a good army. LawLiet is pushing. He knows about this expansion, of course, thanks to the Sentinel. But he's on the other side of the map. The AP has to do some work. The tower is finishing, though.
Yeah, that's a nice choice. That's something that FoCuS does almost every game that other orcs don't, is get that tower with the Expo. Just because of that AP. You don't have to send units back to deal with it. You don't have to staff a hero back to deal with it. And now he's cutting off reinforcements as well. And he's pushing the main base because he knows LawLiet has been building an AP at the Expo, and he knows he doesn't in the main. And the main is just as weak. There's no Moonwell mana right now.
Oh man, just turned nighttime, and was it a Moonstone? Not too sure. Guess Moonstone, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of archers, though. Out of nowhere, it seems. LawLiet's been keeping them hidden in the back of his base. Doesn't want to get him caught out of position before he's got that critical mass. And 60 supply, you could call close to that critical mass. And this might be a stage where LawLiet could go tier 3. Or he could just go straight up to 80. He does need probably heal scrolls himself. And, of course, Alchemist level 3. But everyone's a little underleveled in this game.
Yeah, and with only one shop, they will be battling for these heal scrolls for the Invul Potion. FoCuS is assuming a nice position between a big creep camp and the shop, so you can easily go there. Can also move to the north to go for that orange, kill the AP, or maybe even threaten the red spot. So lots of option for FoCuS. Well, LawLiet is basically only one choice, and it is very, very obvious what he's doing now.
Okay, red camp. Illusion is around. AP will scout the army. That's already enough value from that AP, even if it doesn't kill a single unit, delay any mining. It's scouted the army, and that's going to allow LawLiet to get the whole red camp. Eventually scouted by the Illusion. Could have a nice aura. This time around, Khadgar's obviously not terrible. Not the best item here, but it's nice on the Alchemist. It's nice on the Keeper, and later on a Priestess. Why not have some more mana?
Oh man, more mana as well with the mana potion. This is gonna be an explosive fight. Is LawLiet willing to take this? Is FoCuS willing to take this? Supply is not great for the Orc, but as they are both on tier 2, that's kind of fine. And production is adding up. We're getting raiders, we're getting even attack upgrades here before the second defense upgrade. Interesting.
Yeah, I suppose it was the lumber has been a problem for FoCuS, continuing from that early game, so he can't really afford it yet. Can't remember how much it is. I think 225 for the second armor upgrade or something, whereas the first attack upgrade only 50. So he'll probably eventually get that second armor, but yeah, the upgrade advantage is going to be in LawLiet's favor, probably through and through the game. But the heroes are starting to get a lot stronger, and of course, the higher level the heroes get for both sides, the better it is for FoCuS. So in a way, the longer the game goes, the better it is for FoCuS. But still, LawLiet can get a whole lot stronger soon with that tier 3 50% done now.
Unless LawLiet goes to tier 3, which he does now. And we saw how much damage there was in the late game stages on Concealed. That might happen again. FoCuS finds him, gets the creep jack. Supply, still 10 supply lead, but that's okay. 72 crits, a little underwhelming, but got mirror image again to get out of the Entangled Roots jail. We have that big fight with Protection Scroll, with lightning shields everywhere. Man, so much happening at the same time. Very, very messy. We got lightning shields all over the place. The hunters have to retreat. Grunts are suffering a little as well, but it feels like FoCuS is getting the better end of the stick here. But he's flooding it with wisps once again. Nice detonate. Blade Master has to go for the Invo Potion. 2 grunts about to fall. Many Orc units about to fall.
Yeah, the positioning was not great initially for FoCuS when you can only get in on the Huntresses. The Huntresses are there to just die in these fights. And that's all FoCuS has been able to attack through and through. And now everything is dying. LawLiet's losing a lot himself. It's 53 against 53, in fact, right now. But there's so many grunts dying. All I hear is the grunt death sound. Level 5 on the Keeper, and the Blade might have to TP with some hero focus in a second.
Oh, there we go. Town portal out. Who lost more is the question. We got a 15 supply lead. The Shaman didn't TP with him. Unfortunate. But, oh, does he have mercy? Yes, there is. Okay. Big fight for LawLiet. Imagine a Hex or the Raider almost able to end Snare. Dodging bullets here. But yeah, LawLiet clearly in the lead.
Yeah, I think that fight could have gone either way, but FoCuS just not with the best positioning. He fought into just a wall of hunts, like I said, and that's tough, especially with the Alchemist in the back spamming heal spray with no cooldown. It's difficult to break through, but still, 2 base, there's always a shot, but FoCuS is going to need tier 3 most likely because LawLiet is now getting every tier 3 upgrade, plus 3 almost done.
Or he gets a whole lot of items, but I don't see any right now. Big tank ability items on the Blade Master, by the way, with the evasion, with the ring. Would love to get some damage here, probably. Or, of course, an aura, as always. But LawLiet, he's lining up a backstab. There's no TP this time. This might be the final fight.
Endurance aura, that's quite nice. Of course, there'll never be a TC in this matchup. He'll go Pit Lord third if you do get a third hero, so that aura is going to come in handy. Illusion to break that entangle. And FoCuS trying to run away with his only 56 supply against 74 currently. This Alchemist is getting a ton more experience. He's even going to get close to level 5 soon enough. And the bottom brings the orb in now. Yeah, LawLiet is so strong. He could maybe just push now before FoCuS gets up to 70 supply again. Might be wise to push even.
What a match.
Player's forces are
Big
under
slaughter happening on Northern Isles. Still good items for FoCuS, but with that supply deficit, okay, LawLiet just wants to end this.
Bestiary is going to be ended first. Treant's going into the peon line. No way you can repair this. Not even worth repairing. He's going to lose some peons for the cause. Okay, Snake Pit in the back. Shadowhunter in the front. That's mispositioned, and given 1 second, he would definitely go down, but he's going to make it out. The Lightning Shield on the Blade in the back is doing a ton of damage, but immediately detonated. He does have a potion of invulnerability. The Raiders are actually doing quite a bit to break through the front line of Huntresses. Not a bad fight so far, but look how quickly everything drops low for FoCuS.
Oh yeah, that's just a matter of time as it seems. Shadowhunter got a potion of mana, stays in this 2 heroes very low. He's focusing on those again, and the bottom dies, and the Alchemist has to go for a TP. That was quite a nice defense.
Yeah, now all of a sudden 60 versus 66. Bestiary was rebuilt before the other Bestiary even went down, so it's nice foresight by FoCuS, he's going to be able to get more Raiders, which the Raiders seem to really be carrying him now. He can cancel that heal spray, and again, he can kill those Huntresses, which have been soaking up so much damage for LawLiet.
Yeah.
Because you need to get back into those archers, or else they just wreck your whole army.
There is another expansion coming up for LawLiet in the upper left-hand side. If that's not scouted, if that's not killed, that's his win condition. Main gold mines, 2,700 still in. Should be fine for both of these players. Level 5 keeper so strong. Alchemist 4.5. Bottom a little underwhelming compared to CH especially, where she was level 3. But okay, FoCuS this time the aggressor.
Ooh, this AP Shadow level 5. That's going to be a massive upgrade. Probably Heal Wave level 3 at this stage. The wards. Oh no, he does go wards level 3. I guess there's a ton of Huntresses still left over. Look at all the wisps. Oh my god. Even soaking up damage like the Huntresses did in the past. And this is again not the fight the FoCuS wants.
Nope.
The positioning is just too good for LawLiet.
Does he have a speed scroll to get out even? Not really, right? No TP, no speed scroll. That is a huge risk that he's taking. But okay. Trying to fight this now. Not too sure if that's the right call. Blade Master has an Invo Potion, has to retreat. Raiders are doing good damage against the Hunts here, who are 3-2 even. Jesus, all these upgrades.
Yeah, ton of damage, and no archers are falling. That's the big thing. The supply is somehow even, though. That just goes to show how well FoCuS is macroing behind this and how he's really saving everything he possibly can. But you cannot save the Blade Master against the FoCuS, and that's what ends the fight eventually. But the Blade could always... That's why I think Heal Wave level 3 would have been better than Wards, possibly. But still, double mana pot. He's got plenty of Heal Wave, even if it is a little under-leveled. And the Blade's soon to be level 5. Which isn't going to save him a lot. Maybe Mirror Image level 2 could help, but other than that...
Mirror Image level 2.
You never know. Sometimes level 3 even on level 5. Why not?
Okay. Is that the moment where we are looking for Orc ultimates to save the game for the Horde? I mean, there's not much room to improve for FoCuS, is there? I mean, he could and probably is transition into more Raiders to go for base race as we go pillage now. But LawLiet, he just has to pendulum move between his bases, and he should be relatively easy to defend.
Yeah, this is nice from FoCuS, though, to abuse the mobility, because the difficulty for LawLiet is not necessarily the micro in the fights, but the positioning before the fights is extremely difficult with just this many 2 supply units in the back line. So if he can force LawLiet, FoCuS, to keep moving his army, he can eventually catch him out of position, and that's how he finally wins the fight.
Might be a decent position to Wisp Flood, but that last Wisp Flood was very expensive and didn't get much done. I wonder if he can do it again. He's preventing the 3-3 upgrade. That's nice. No Huntress anymore, of course, as well as reinforcements.
Alright, decent positioning. The Archer's kind of out of position, and the Huntresses die before they really get any damage. And yeah, this is a good fight for FoCuS, but again, he's going to back away, being patient with this fight, because he's just making LawLiet get slightly out of position, and he'll probably re-engage eventually. The Shadowhunter still has yet to use either of those potions of mana. He's been, like I said, very patient so far, and he's trading efficiently.
Wow, he scouted that expansion. He got the tower almost up. He got a ton of damage versus buildings. Blade Master had an invo. Yeah, that Expo, he's just threatening a staff. He can't just re-engage if he wants to. What does the Shadowhunter? Okay, still no TP. Still no heal scroll. How is he supposed to get out? Okay, he has a TP on the Blade. Nice. FoCuS. He's finding a lot of answers here in this game.
Yeah, the heroes are starting to carry. LawLiet does have a 1,200 gold bank right now, but FoCuS also has 1,000 gold himself, so not too bad. The heroes could always fall, though. That is still kind of the weakness and the strength, is they're so squishy against the focus fire, but if they're allowed to deal damage, the Orc heroes can always carry you. So FoCuS kills the expansion. The banks are pretty much even, as is the supply, as is almost the upgrades. The difference, of course, is tier 3 against tier 2 still. But as we've seen, I mean, FoCuS can fight with a tier disadvantage.
LawLiet is only now building the Hunter's Hall back. I wonder if his backline is going to be too exposed, because FoCuS did get rid of pretty much all of the Hunts. There will be Treants, of course, but apart from that, the archers might be exposed against Ensnare and Focus Fire.
Yeah, and it's so hard to position 80 supply archers, even at times 100 supply archers. And this is only 67 supply for LawLiet currently, by the way. Main base is expired. Now for FoCuS as well, I suppose he He, of course, lost some peons earlier. That's why that happened. But now one base. The Tree of Eternity can move up, but that does expose the potential for staff later on out of position. So maybe doesn't want to do that.
FoCuS, of course, getting some income by smashing buildings, buying time for the bottom right expansion. I like that positioning here. LawLiet, if he wants to attack this bottom right expo, he has to go through this choke, which FoCuS will try to hold with all his power. So, Alchemist level 5, big level up. Blade Master gets out of that focus fire, but the Wisps are coming in once again. Didn't reach many Shaman. Blade Master, though, he's going for the Keeper. There's the TP trying to get him out, but the heal spray is so powerful.
Oh, the Blade has no mana, actually, to wind walk out, but the TP, yeah. Or else he would have lost that Blade for sure, and 52 supply against 74. The hero focus, if it doesn't work on the Blades, so many units die in the meantime. The Orc army, yes, it seems like you lose a lot, but the archers die so quickly. Even if you get 2 grunts with Lightning Shield on top of 80 supply archers, if they're not dealt with, just like the Blade, they just kill everything. And now the expansion is going to be probably secured. Oh no, Treant's moving over for LawLiet. So he'll probably get the cancel, but the supply is telling a much different story.
Does the soup lie? Man, LawLiet, he had FoCuS in a chokehold in the middle of the game, but then wasted a bit of time and focus. Since then, since he got this merchant, where he found the devotion aura, that was the moment this entire game turned around, and FoCuS has been smashing pretty much every single fight since then. Really strong performance. He scouted the bottom right, LawLiet, but he's still attacking the north.
Yeah, he's just trying to send Treants down there a couple of times, but it's not going to work. Okay, so the opportunity for LawLiet now would be to get a hero kill. There's no bank for either player at this stage, and very limited economy until that second base is up. So if you can get a Blade kill, it'd be tough. But look at the archers, so out of position.
Oh, and there's flying. Blade Master has Lightning Shield on him. Can he save him somehow? Is there a TP even? Heal Spray is trying to do the best, but man, this does one archer after the next. Lightning Shield on the archers in the back line. FoCuS. This looks like almost a perfect storm for him, but Wisps are coming in. Not much Lightning Shield, not much Purge anymore. Might be a comeback mechanism for him, but all I see is dead elf.
Yep, and we're probably going to see FoCuS moving on, which means we're not going to have a ton of Night Elf Mirror today. We're going to have at least an Orc moving forward. It looks like, at least, the expansion was damaged by the Treants, but not stopped entirely. And now the natural expansion for LawLiet is out of gold. He can move a tree up to the top left, but FoCuS still has 2,000 gold in his natural. And then, of course, a fresh expansion at the bottom right. So almost an impossible situation now for LawLiet.
Oh, boy. LawLiet won the first encounter between these two, but FoCuS, since he's in the lower brackets, so impressive. Every single round he's smashing. Chimiko was the #1 human in the world, eliminated. LawLiet is the #1 Night Elf in the world, eliminated. Maybe.
Oh, Blade
Crazy
Storm maybe?
weekend. Huh?
Might get a Blade Storm here. Maybe.
Ooh.
On the Moonwells. But it'd probably be good to save it for the archers, to be fair, but...
He did skill it. It's always kind of cool to see, but it's always also a little underwhelming.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do need to push him in vulnerability, or else you just get focused and killed a lot of the time. Of course, you can't be entangled, but the archers can still attack you, so... And the orbs as well, so... He'll probably wait to use that. For now, he's just going to clean up all the buildings. Okay, LawLiet is going to be able to kill the new expansion, unless there's no town portal. But I think FoCuS is willing to make this trade. He might even just eliminate LawLiet here.
Looks like it. One building after the next. So much gold for FoCuS doing this with pillage. Yeah, the expo is down, but it can't just go for another one. Upper left, bottom right again. He's winning that base race. Easy.
Yeah, LawLiet doesn't even have gold really for more buildings, so he's down to 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings. Yeah, there's no chance unless LawLiet can hide a building, and unless FoCuS makes a massive mistake and loses the base race somehow to 39 supply. Absolutely no chance here.
Yeah, without any money to build another building. This looks like a knockout. Hunts, of course, it is a lot of damage, but FoCuS has so much more buildings at the 12 o'clock at the upper left-hand side. And that is not it yet.
Where's the building?
Where's the building?
Is it
Did he
hidden?
hide a tree somewhere?
Oh, he did hide a tree.
Oh my god. Okay, with that, he will not be revealed.
This is some
Storm!
FFA.
Okay, a little underwhelming.
As always, but
As always.
but all
This
the
is
archers have fallen. Yeah, this is not going to be possible. The keeper falls. He's trying to focus the shadow, but GG will be called, and very well played in game 3 to FoCuS. He's going to take it.
That was a cool game, dude. That went all the distance. How long was that? Like 30 minutes or something? Almost. 28-42. Great late game by FoCuS. The Night Elf tier 3 doesn't seem to be the end-all, be-all anymore. The Orcs have gotten really good at countering that with tier 2. Once you have 70 supply, maybe even more, with heal scrolls, and importantly, as Carson mentioned, the Raiders in the late game to have the end snare ready, to get the lockdown going, and also to cancel the heal spray. So important. And the Shadowhunter and the Blade Master in the late game, they really come online. As we've mentioned many times before, Keeper great in the early game will fall off later. But the Orc heroes in the late game, always a staple to go for. Blade Master, not the sickest damage items, not the highest DPS, but just in terms of tankability and the mirror image, you guys know me, all right? Mirror image, isn't it amazing? It sure is. Looking really good, and FoCuS, I think, looking really strong there on map 3. Finally, he doesn't lose the Shadowhunter in the mid-game, and suddenly the world is open to him. Is gonna deny the triple Night Elves in the top 3.
Exactly. No top 3 Night Elf finish. We got an Orc in there. FoCuS is going into the best of 5 stages, into the lower bracket final. That's a top 3 position for him once again after the top 2 in season 7. LawLiet finishing top 4, not too bad. Good chunk of money for him as well. Next one is Master versus Apprentice. It is Moon versus Foggy. But of course, as always, as we're here in the W3Champions season 8 final, we gotta tell you how amazing the W3Champions server is, because in case you haven't heard that yet, it is the by far best server, best station to play Warcraft 3 that we've ever had anywhere ever. They have ladders that weren't there before initially with Reforged, you know, profiles, leagues. They have ladders for 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, FFA, Footman Frenzy, Legion TD, Line Tower Wars, Reign of Chaos, and Frostcraft. A very, very nice community with multiple thousand games and players per day. We got servers all over the world, so it doesn't matter where you're from, you will have good condition and a short queue when you're looking for games. 25 servers around the world, reconnect feature that is also not a part of vanilla Warcraft 3, unfortunately, and you're looking at the season end tourney right now that we do every single time. As I said, from Grass League to Grandmaster, it doesn't matter if you're newly starting with Warcraft 3, if you're a returning player, or we're just watching for a long time and decide to start playing yourself. We got a league for every one of you. We welcome the newbiest noobs, and we welcome the grandest grandmasters, and everybody in between. You can just download the little bit of a launcher. It's not very big. You install that, you run it next to your BattleNet, and it's a very cool launcher that that can do the hotkeys for you as well. No more text file editing. No. Can do that via a nice UI. Select the hotkeys for every single unit, every single building, every single hero, and of course you get stats, a lot of stats actually, on the homepage W3Champions. And since we want to have as much of a modern game as possible, you can even change the camera zoom on the W3Champions maps. It is a great server. We celebrate the server. We celebrate the people behind the server. So feel free, join their Discord, send them some love, send them a less than 3, because they are working relentlessly to keep the status quo that we got, which is an excellent status quo, and even making it better. They announced automated tournaments at the end of the year, and that will be a whole new level for this server.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking yesterday a little bit about there might be some new people to the Warcraft scene, and they might think like, oh, it was quite the disaster, wasn't it, a couple years back? But yes, it was, and we still don't have those features from Blizzard, the actual developer, but we got all the features here finally from the community, from the developers we have for W3Champions. So if you're relatively new to the game and you think like, why would I even bother playing? You bother playing because of W3Champions. So you gotta check it out, and you'll soon understand why we're still in the game after what a disastrous launch we had for our Reforged. So yeah, plenty of reasons to still play because of War 3 Champions.
We are the cockroaches of esports. We are the DIY community of esports. If Blizzard doesn't deliver, the community does. Just as with the prize pool for this tournament, $6,729 already, which is fantastic. Here at Matcherino, we got 2 profile pictures for you that you can add to your W3Champions profile. For just $5, you can either get the pumpkin with the War3Champions icon or the pumpkin with the Back to Warcraft icon only today, everybody. And then they will never be available anywhen. Which is, I don't think it's a word, but I use it here now. We go into a tiny little break to give you some time to boost this prize pool up to 7K, make us all happy, make the players happy, and then we have the last remaining Westerner in Foggy, who's meeting his master in Moon. But will he meet his master, or will he become the new master and go into the grand final? We'll be right back.